There's a growing interest in social sustainability, and we have developed an innovative and unique approach to it. As the leading group of architects and planners who design facilities for the justice system, we asked, is today's justice system socially sustainable? And if it's not, how can we get there? Sustainable justice has evolved from an inspirational idea for how to do justice better into a measurable approach to restorative justice. While courthouses, jails, and law enforcement facilities need to conserve water and energy like all buildings do, they have a special role in rehabilitating or restoring our country's human potential by reintegrating citizens as productive members of our society. The Sustainable Justice Committee of the Academy of Architects for Justice Knowledge Community of the American Institute of Architects collaborated with our justice partners in developing principles aimed toward the 2030 planning horizon that help inform the design process with viable goals that align with sustainable justice. These guidelines are a multi-scalar analytical planning tool that look at the system functions at 4 scales, using metrics to try to assess the justice system's relationship to society overall, from the communities where specific facilities are located, down to the details that capture the human experiences unique to interactions with the justice system. But the sustainability we're focusing on goes far beyond familiar methodologies of earth materials and energy resource conservation. This is about the sustainability of the human potential. Key project features of the following case studies were evaluated against the sustainable justice goals and metrics. These features meet the intent and spirit of the sustainable justice principles and provide an exemplary model for social sustainability. The Maricopa County South Court Tower in Phoenix, Arizona. Located downtown, the courthouse is the anchor of the county's main justice campus, tying together existing courthouses, expanding the pedestrian zones, and extending the urban core of downtown Phoenix. A message of fair and impartial rule of law was a critical part of a collaboration with the public through an art competition, funded by turning architectural features into art. Public art elevates visitors' sense of worth and increases the level of respect for the judicial process. Community cross-linking advantages provided by proximity to government agencies and private sector services, educational institutions, retail, and public transportation engages the courthouse with the community to foster a sense of protection and inclusion. The building's secure envelope is connected with 2 adjacent county courthouses and the jail, which facilitates safe and secure detainee transportation through connecting tunnels. 22 courtrooms of varied sizes support a full range of case complexities, depending on need for jury boxes or to facilitate different proceedings, such as a speedy resolution of lower-level criminal cases, or to directly handle all felony complaints, eliminating paperwork transfer between courts. Consolidation of preliminary hearings and arraignments to the same day reduces detainee jail time by 10 days, eliminates duplication of efforts, and reduces transport of detainees. Technology is used to increase customer service for jurors online. Self-service kiosks are used for check-in, courthouse information, and juror service payment. The courthouse also features a remote interpreter center for several other county courthouses. Interpreters can engage effectively without having to travel around the county or be a possible distraction in the courtroom. Stress reduction for visitors and staff includes abundant natural daylight with views to nature and urban vistas that orient people and promote intuitive wayfinding. Victim areas have discreetly placed lounges off the public lobby where they can wait for court proceedings without the feeling of intimidation. Private restrooms are also located for them within these lounges and within each courtroom. The Denver Justice Center in Denver, Colorado. A 20-year public participatory process for the new downtown Denver Justice Center epitomizes a true community partnership. The city focused public safety and the needs of the justice system in a way that made Denver a better city. The planning and design of the new Lead Gold Lindsay Flanagan Courthouse and Van Cise-Simonet Detention Center incorporates leading-edge best practices and defined urban guidelines with the goal of high performance and daylight-filled spaces that uplift the spirit. A visioning session inspired all project stakeholders, including the sheriff, city officials, judges, local attorneys, local community members, mental health caregivers, and detainee advocates to collectively think about the Justice Center's place within the community. Locating the courthouse and jail within the Civic Center in downtown Denver, near other public institutions and amenities, court buildings, and cultural buildings, was a fundamental planning criterion, and also facilitated the use of mass transit, minimizing expensive detainee transport between the jail and the courthouse. The courthouse partners with the jail facility in creating a secure yet welcoming space, sharing the open and human-scaled public plaza which elegantly articulates the entry point for all visitors. The striking glass facade of the public zone cues wayfinding and circulation between courtroom floors and other public spaces, which orients visitors as they enter the building. As a good neighbor, the jail fits right in with the downtown vernacular, focusing best practices by using the building as its own secure perimeter, eliminating unsightly fencing, and providing normative living and working environments for the detainees and staff. Sunlight floods all living spaces. Daylight and views outward that cue the time of day, weather conditions, and a psychological connection to nature enhance stress reduction in a highly stressful environment. Clear lines of sight and normative finishes cue desired behavior. The Las Colinas Women's Detention Facility in Santee, California. Developed from an innovative approach to the care and custody of women, this facility could potentially establish a paradigm-changing national model of adult incarceration. This distinctively transformative philosophy and inspirational design explored principles of choice, change, and accountability in an environment full of rehabilitative opportunities. The Welcome Home Ministries program was developed to prevent future criminal behavior, which impacted the planning for detainee capacity. The San Diego County Sheriff's Department has enjoyed a long relationship with Welcome Home Ministries and implemented a collaborative re-entry program based on a peer-monitored therapeutic community model where the women are held to a higher standard of behavior and participation, reinforced by their support of each other in their re-entry efforts. The project planning criteria included requirements of being a good neighbor to commercial and residential developments next door. Might the jail be mistaken as a community college by passersby? Environmental and neighborhood development guidelines establish the character of the public face, including perimeter setbacks and rich landscaping and an open and welcoming entry. Studies show that women socialize and interact with staff differently than men or juveniles. Social zones focus inward on the housing unit, and groups of housing are clustered around exterior courtyards to facilitate intimate or group interaction. The women travel freely throughout the campus to program buildings located in the heart of the campus core, which will buzz with activity during the day and evenings. A non-punitive small community environment in all security levels enhances operations and optimizes interaction between staff and detainees. Housing is assigned by detainee classification, which provides safe and secure environments that seamlessly support staff and detainees. The expensive self-contained maximum security units are reserved for the high-risk population. The higher functioning housing units are designed so that normative daily routine can be followed in private or shared spaces in support of learning social skills, cooperative efforts, and shared responsibilities. A normative environment philosophy is based on predictable psychological and physiological responses people have to their environment. The concept of a college campus environment influences these responses and supports a culture of expectations for detainee behavior and hard work towards a successful transition back into the community. The Union County Juvenile Detention Center in Linden, New Jersey. The old detention center was the 5th floor of a 50-year-old parking garage. The new facility is characterized by AIA New Jersey as demonstrating optimism that belies the building typology. The new facility was also recognized with the World Architecture News Effectiveness Award for its apotheosis of sustainable justice objectives, which benefits its users and the community with social, technological, environmental, economic, and productivity innovations. The county wanted to plan for a different future, and established a team of stakeholders who collaborated to decide not how many residents, but who they should be, not how big a facility, but how small it could be, and how they could build not just a facility, but a change agent. This approach identified numerous alternatives to incarceration, but also influenced a 25% reduction in bed space requirements. The mayor of London welcomed the new center, but cautioned, "I don't want to see any fence around this building." The mayor's injunction was embraced with a thin building design only 1 room deep that wraps around a 1-acre courtyard. In response to industrial neighbors, metal hoods represent the protected living areas for the kids. The gym provides a lighted beacon in the heart of the facility, which orients the kids and staff as they move along the circulation around the courtyard. Also, by arranging all spaces along the glass-walled corridor, daylight is maximized in nearly all interior spaces. A normative environment cues behavior among the juveniles and contributes to effective interaction with staff, which goes a long way toward rehabilitation. A juvenile's transition back into the community begins on their very first day. Behavioral management programs encourage kids to earn privileges like job training, and education and mental health services improve school performance and help them cope with life's challenges and augment a successful transition upon release. Youth belong to our communities and eventually return home, which makes the facility part of a continuum of community resources that connect youth with their families and their home community, empowering them to improve their lives. The Mariposa Land Port of Entry in Nogales, Arizona. This new port of entry was designed as a cultural connection rather than a division, and is a major expansion of the 4th busiest port in the United States and Arizona's largest commercial port. The facility is on track for LEED Gold and seeks to achieve a balance between a place that welcomes and a port that is secure, and a balance between providing efficient operations and providing respite, alleviating stress. More than just a border crossing, the facility has served the needs of international trade and the needs of families on both sides of the border for the past 40 years. As a fundamental approach to more sustainable operations, Mariposa was designed to increase processing of pedestrians, privately owned vehicles, and commercial trucks with increased capacity and shorter waiting times, which reduces idling vehicles. Increased landscaping further helps to mitigate air pollution. Land ports of entry also serve as the points of entry for travelers entering or leaving the country. For many, this is the first image seen of the United States and can be a profound experience. Security features are designed as architectural features. Insulated tilt-up concrete building walls with cast-in-relief patterns secure part of the perimeter. The project's canopy welcomes the visitors to the United States while directing traffic and providing an officer's catwalk for observation. The port of entry creates an oasis within a bustling processing station by infusing the human experience for both the visitors and staff with a connection to nature, and thus providing dignity and relief from daily stress, and enhancing operations through flow, natural daylighting, direct views, thermal comfort, and water harvesting. Water is precious in the desert. An unexpected rain is cause for celebration. An extensive rainwater collection system is integrally designed to feed landscaping and the oasis, provide a safe zone for officers and staff with intimate space for private reflection and communal areas for more social interaction. Water downspouts and catchments provide natural sounds that soothe and calm. We would like to thank everyone who participated in developing the Sustainable Justice case studies. And please visit our website for more information and links to resources anyone can use.